Yes, my viewers, my subscribers, back with another video, you know? Yeah, man. Another video here, we have a video with the intelligent God, you know? Yeah, man. I talk of some things still, so I want to know here where my officer still, you see me? And we have more video in it, so you can check them more still as well, you know? Yeah, man. And if you like the content, you can subscribe, share, you know? Yeah. And comment, see me as usual, you know? Yeah, man.
So guys, this is what happened. So I was on the road and realized that I was running low on gas, and I was planning to buy gas in Portmore later on that evening when I get there. But since I'm in Spanish Town, I decided that okay, I'm going to buy a bit now until I get to Portmore. So I stopped by the Total gas station that I showed you guys, and I ordered $1,000 gas at first. So when I ordered the gas, she was wiping the windscreen and stuff, and I didn't hear the pump start. But then she said she finished. So I turned on back the car now, and then I turned the car and ready to go. I realized that the needle don't move. So I turned off the car again and turned it on again, and then I realized the needle still don't move. So I'm gonna stop and say to her, I said, Mommy, you sure you did press start from the pump? So she never answered me. She just kind of huff and puff, and then she sent the other pump attendant to call somebody inside. So now the lady that I showed you guys in the other video, she was who came out and said that she's a supervisor and what's the problem. So I tell her that there's no problem. I just noticed that I didn't hear the pump and I don't see the needle move. So I'm asking if she's sure that she did start the pump. So she said that she was going to check to confirm that the pump did run. And then she asked me how much gas I buy. So it's like when me go say $1,000 gas me buy now, it lick our chip. The woman stop and say $1,000. $1,000 gas can't move needle. You have to buy more than that. $1,000 gas can't do nothing. So in my head, I was kind of surprised because I didn't really expect a supervisor to come out, you know, with that approach and the way she said it as well. But either way, I ended up ordering another $1,000 gas, and I was supposed to go around now for them to pump that one. So then me hear I said to somebody say, oh, me outside I start arguments over $1,000 and I send go call supervisor for $1,000. So I said to her, I said, no, I wasn't arguing. I'm going to turn to the pump attendant and I said, was I arguing with you? She said, no. The woman said, yes, you're out here arguing. I create excitement for $1,000 like a 10 grand gas to buy. $1,000 money. Guys, I was honestly shocked at how this lady was behaving. Was she a supervisor? So the lady did here in a one piece of back and forth. I said, oh, may I cost over $1,000 and this and that and whatever. And you guys realize, say, from the video when my Anna shakes, say, when I'm angry, I do tremble. My voice tremble. So I did here thought, no, the lady start taunt me. Like, you know, them people that try to get reaction out of people. So they did on, oh God, a boss your ball, catch your ball. You know, but really and truly, like, I could not believe say our supervisor behave like this. Me, I said to myself, so this lady seriously have problems. So I asked for the manager, come and decide somebody to report her. Them said the manager was not there at the moment. So same time she jump up, yes, I trace some name, come report me anytime, I'm not afraid of nobody. I trace some name, remember that. I was really shocked. Like, honestly, her behavior was not called for. It escalated to the point where she addressed me as so good girl, and then you have the pump attendant, them whether they are hold on upon her and a calm her, and I tell her to calm down or something so they can get for pump the gas and whatever. But honestly, people, her behavior, me don't know, me no business what her problem is. You cannot address customers like that. So I went back the next day to report her.
You know how long me are carrying in traffic? And you can't climb 1 hill over 7 minutes now. And over 7 minutes, 10 minutes. With the old truck, brother. I know this me had this truck, man. But no, don't pack the truck if you know say the truck can't do it. Go there. Man, hold up on a piece of line board for 10 minutes or a couple minutes well. Me understand say every truck them pack they make money, but no. Pack good truck, don't pack old truck. Don't pack up old truck. We broke down.
You guys need to hear this one about Tyre Nichols. I'm gonna give you the full insight. My source have told me the real reason Tyre Nichols got killed. Number one, 5 police officers who stopped him are not just your normal police officers. They are police officers who belong to Scorpion Unit, one of the highly trained Scorpion Unit. That's not their job to stop people randomly. So there must be a reason behind it. While they were stopping him, one police officer said to the other police officer, is that him? So they knew who they were looking for. The police officer asked the other police officer, his name is Demetrius Haley. Demetrius Haley, he has a baby with a woman who works for FedEx, and Tyre Nichols was dating her. And that's why he got stopped They say it's randomly, but it wasn't. It was done on purpose. They stopped him. They pepper sprayed him. So he knew what was about to happen. That's why he ran. He ran and he ran towards his mother's house. Use your logic. They knew where he's running to because they knew everything about him. If you have a random stop, please stop. You don't know where they're going. You don't know nothing about it. You only know the car and the person. You don't know where anything else is. But they knew, so they knew where he was going. They chased him. He was 3 homes away from his mother's house when they grabbed him, they handcuffed him, they put him on the floor, they stamped on his head, they kicked on his head, they kicked his face, they killed the poor 29-year-old man, and he was begging for his mother. A 29-year-old guy was asking for his mother. Can you imagine? You must have been brutally battered for you to call out for your mother. We expect our police officers to save us. If he had a problem with him, if he knew that he was doing something with his girlfriend or whatever, he should have taken his uniform off on a day off, should have confronted him like a normal civilian to another civilian. You cannot apply your force to hurt civilians for your personal vendetta. Is another thing I'm going to tell you. There was a white police officer who tased him. Where is he? How come he hasn't been mentioned? There's a lot more to this story which everybody else is talking about, but I just gave you the real lowdown. Innocent man got murdered because he was with a woman who was allegedly with the police officers, so police officer took revenge on him. Is that how we're going to use our force? Is that what we're going to do? Is that what the police is going to do? And I want to know where the white police officer is. I want to know all these questions. I want you to do your research and come back and tell me if I'm right or wrong. We need to spread this story because an innocent man died brutally. And his mother, the brave woman, turned around and said, we want to do peaceful protest. Do your research because this story is important because it could be you tomorrow.
So, Andrew, I think what he's really doing, he's setting up himself to lose the next election come 2025, wherever there.
You know?
Because people are not going to forget these things, you know.
You know, sir?
You understand?
You know, sir? You said something. I'm hearing more and more people saying it, you know. I
Of course,
heard
that's what he's doing,
that
because
he's
what
just
he's saying to me is-
wasting, he's just dispensing of his political capital, like he's
Thank you
giving
very
out
much.
confetti. Yes?
Thank you very much.
I'm
Thank you very
hearing that comment more and more. It's as if, I don't have an election to win in 12 months, in 18
Right.
months. And he's just making waste of his political capital. And
That's-
here's a
that's-
classic example.
That's exactly what is happening. That is exactly what is happening. And, I'm very disappointed in Andrew Holness. Very, very disappointed because here is a man who was a head boy, who has leadership qualities, but his leadership qualities is very dismal and leads to a lot of questionable, thinking.
First, I must say to the good law enforcers out there who knows how to serve and protect, de-escalate, and do everything in your power and your training, ability to make sure the people you sworn to protect and serve, that you don't kill them. Yes, I know the job is rough. And sometimes deadly force is needed where it's needed. Yes? But I say to you, thank you for your service. But I must remind the public, and I must remind the police department, that it seems like the police department is getting infected again and need a thorough sanitization. It seems like a few more cockroaches was left in the creases. So I say to the good police officers out there, help to get them out the department. They are giving you all, the good police officers, a bad name. The police officers that punched that young lady in her face in Ohio, those are the kind of police. I don't call them police. I call those kind of people cockroaches. They are the ones that infest the police department. The 5 black police officers that killed that young man in Memphis. They are not police, they are cockroaches. And I say it with no apology. The police department seems like it's getting infected again. And we have to make sure that it gets sanitized so it don't infect the good police officers and stain them and prevent them from doing their job professionally. Yes, America. Now, as Mr. Crump said, the blueprint has been laid down. No more waiting, no 1 year, no 6 months. Now we know you can take 21 days to fire and charge a police officer who violates the code of conduct. Yes, America, let that be the blueprint. We don't want to hear you still investigating. And the chief of police in Memphis, where that the 5 police officers killed a young man, Tyre Nichols. Yes, America. Them 5, the chief need to resign. And in Ochi, where that police punched the young lady in her face, I watched the interview, the press conference with the chief. And chief, you're talking rubbish. You need to resign too. America, make this be the blueprint. What you waiting on? 1 week to charge this police officer for assault and battery upon a citizen violating a citizen's rights? Those are the cockroaches I speak of, who continued to stay in the police department and infest it. I know what it feels like to be threatened by a police officer. I know what it feels like to be shot at by a police officer. Yeah? I know wrongful prosecution. So I'm saying to our elected officials, you promise us a matter of fact, I'm saying to the Democratic Party, you promise us police reform. And I see some of you coming out now, well, the police, them is stressed and them tired. Officers, if you stress out and you are tired, you got sick days, take it. Call in sick. If you got problems home, don't take it out on the public. Call in sick. Get counseling, because I know the department provide for you all to get counseling. Don't come out in the street acting like you're some wild animals. Build the bridge with the citizens. America, make this be the blueprint. 21 days. We don't want to hear you still investigating 2 years, 3 years to charge police officers who violate their oath of office and commit harm against the citizens. And you want to hear my honest opinion? Those 5 cockroaches in Memphis, they need to get the death penalty. They need to get the death penalty. And what make it worse, them black. They black. They know the struggle of a black man in this country. When it comes out to police. The chief need to resign. Yes, chief, you need to resign. America? The police seems they haven't learned anything from Rodney King up until George Floyd, they haven't learned anything. Anything.
Give me a say now. Get a youth, heads up. I want you, a real meds. The reason why Andrew use so many force right now on them type of style there, to get money, I assume. Seeing, and I could have been right. Right? Here we go on now. Them never, and these are facts, they never expect get a youth. Them never expect we to rise above the system. Because them system that them design was to kill and destroy us and keep us in a sufferation. Now them see get a youth to drive Benz, Lexus, Audi, BMW, Mark X, Jaguar, you name it. Be a get a youth, be a young youth to drive them today now. Them used to feed themselves and them upper class friend them alone to drive that. So the intermatical moment, which means the instant moment, them see that, them not feel good. Them say, money in our country, you know, me can't get peace from them boy, yeah. Cause them the want to see get to youth make it. And that's why I see them reason why them take away Usain Bolt money, because them say, no, get to youth, you know, have so much. See, so that's why now them are put the pressure upon we to make sure say we spend back piece of the money to them. You have a peer extortion, a bad man thing him a deal with psychologically. And on a know and a lie me a tell. Him know and a lie me a tell. They never know say that rise above minimum wage. And because it's not a minimum wage, can't buy the Benz, can't buy the Lexus, can't buy the Range, can't buy the BMW, can't buy the Mark X. It get them vexed, upset, and it irritates them. So them work out of anger. When you're angry and makes decision are the worst decision you can make. And that's what Mr. Andrew does. Mr. Andrew, listen to me. Mr. Andrew, listen to me. Don't make them use you to corrupt way. We deserve to rise. We deserve to have things. You hear me, you? We deserve it. Me rate you. But then, I know me not rate you because you're a young youth. And you must come out and wear clocks. And we say, yes, a man, you're a farm in a free category, I'm going to support you. But you just make one big turn, at the wrong turn you take palm way. Find back your turn and go back over there. In your green clocks. Because we call you bro God and you accept your name. That means you're a gangster. Because clocks represent gangster. And that your job for. So me not idiot bossy. Here? We're not idiot, bossy. Bro God, we're not idiot. We can still call you bro God. So just make up the right turn. See? And don't make them make you fuck up no more. You hear me? Then go. You hear me? And link up with some ghetto youth in the ghetto too. You hear me tell you? And reason with them. And you will get more knowledge and more understanding. See? And at this so now, you go really see the real nature of life, because watch it 100 now. You can't live something. See? Where you don't know about. See, you cannot live a life you don't know about. You have to know about your life to live it. So walk till you get to them and reason we two get to you and say, what going tomorrow? I want to survive around this one. I want going over this one. Talk to some single mothers, and that will give you better speech, better formation, and you will get better result. Now follow them people in the other parliament, because most of them never walk through a ghetto. They never go through a ghetto before. They never know poor people make it to survive. Yeah? So now listen to them. I mean, I want to come here so I want to violate you. Neither. But we are dealing with a fuckery. And it will irritate me and others to speak out and use grievous words that stir up anger. You hear me tell me, boss? That me I tell you.
Madam Speaker, let me say something to some of the people. Who when we post on a bun rangs, on a vex, and uno, crucify Christ and free Barabbas. If the government is not doing good, we have to speak about it. And I want to highlight the scamming that the government of Jamaica has scammed the people. Criminal act, robbing the hard-working sweat and blood of the people. I want to highlight it and to tell me if I'm wrong. All hypocrite, one is a murderer who are criticizing our different wrongs. Listen to me. Look on the condition of the road. We want to collect how much millions of taxes to fix. and don't fix it. All right. Drive out the car. Drop in a pothole. Lick out your front end. Here come an examiner. Tear off your license plate. Give you a ticket. Scam that, Mr. Government. When the road conditioner damage your vehicle and you have examiner upon the road, what you say you're doing? You're robbing the poor. You're robbing the people of their hard working dollars. In no way a examiner should be on this road, this condition of road. The tax, the gas tax, and examiner upon the road is a criminal act. And it should be charged and brought to shame and stoned to death for this condition of road. When you promise the people what you're going to do, and when the people put in their money, and you're not doing it, thief the money, and you rob the money, hardly share. And when we talk, some people say, you chat too much, you're a politician, burn PMP and burn Labour right, and defend righteousness. Bogle and Marcus Garvey style. We need some real warriors to stand up for the people. And we could take on the battlefield and demonstrate 4 corners of Jamaica. Every road, everyone must block until Mr. Andrew Holness roll back the gas tax and give we back our money that them scam us. I tell them every day, so it seems like more murderer breed up nowadays, more than peacemaker. Be a criminal in high places, white collar crime, uptown. But in the ghetto, you call you thief. You know a thief too. In our House of Parliament, you know thief, criminal. What do you expect the lower class to do? When you go to university and get a degree for use fine print and rob the people, trick the people to feel you're useless copper. And you're not doing nothing for Jamaica. Travel upon the bus and see how the people of Jamaica suffer. Travel upon the taxi and see how the people must squeeze up. And the video not talk about Labour right and PMP. If you don't stand up for righteousness when PMP win and go in, the same way them will come go on. Because all of them under one regimes are evil system. Baphomet system. But God to say, these hands are clean. From the shedding of human blood, these hands are clean. From all of your Hobia working scheme, these hands are clean. From the shedding of human blood, these hands are clean. From all of your criminal scheme, because it is only a clean hands and a pure heart shall see the kingdom of God. You hear that, Mr. Andrew? Adisha?